Fábia.
Yes.
Here we are.
Actually,
you and me.
It's you and me.
You remember the little Instagram video that I posted a year ago in
I guess
Portimao?
I text you at 6 in the morning.
Exactly.
Earlier, maybe.
Yes.
I couldn't sleep.
Yes.
Yes. And you thought, what?
And I thought, okay,
Who's texting me?
who's texting me? Someone who can't sleep?
It's me. My friends say that all the time.
Actually, I thought maybe my videos aren't that bad since she's asking for it.
No. Because actually, when I get videos for my concerts, I always ask the people to give them to me because I keep everything. Yeah.
Wow. So, did you think after this first exchange on Instagram that you would actually come to Luxembourg twice
Twice.
in a year?
Yes. First in the beginning of the year and now.
And now.
In the beginning of the year, I came because of you, I guess.
Because you texted me at 6 o'clock in the morning.
And now I was really happy to come here, actually, because I sing for 2 times.
Yes.
In 2 different places to a different public.
Yes.
And I love the 2 of them because I noticed one thing here, that the public, when the concert is over, all of them came and talked to me just to say some words, and I really enjoy it. Yeah, I am not used to it.
Okay. Well, we're happy that Luxembourg gave you a warm welcome.
Yes.
But it's not the first time that you come to Luxembourg, right?
Yes, I came here when I was younger for 2 times, I guess, because my father in Portugal, he was a football player, and when his career was over, he came to Luxembourg to work because my father and my mother had divorced. And that was a long time for me to come to see my father here. He started a family here. I have a sister actually that lives here, but it was a really complicated relationship. And I came here, and I remember because I came here in the time that the snow.
The snow.
It was my first time, and it was on Christmas, and I was thrilled about it.
Yeah, but I'd like to go back to Fábia as a child.
I was skinnier, actually. I was smaller. I'm kidding.
It's okay. And one day, little Fábia receives a guitar.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Was my grandmother, Deloria. She passed away actually, and it's funny because when I was little, on Saturdays, sábados, I had a guitar of plastic, and my mother and my grandmother always wanted to see movies at night before dinner, and I was like, no, it's my time to shine. I will play. Actually, I wasn't playing, but it started there. And my grandmother, when she was getting older, she told me, I think you should play the guitar, and I will pay you your lessons. And she did it, and brought me one guitar for real. It was my first one. Actually, it was stolen. I never kept it, and I'm sad about it, but actually she bought me another one. Expensive one, and my mother broke it.
There you go.
Yeah, but she's still there in the same place because I look at her. I don't like anyone to touch it. Yes.
So you get this guitar, you start playing, you have classes.
Yes.
And then at some point...
And then there is Avril Lavigne.
And then there's Avril Lavigne.
Yes. Right. I have to say this. I had a poster of Avril in the tattoo, how it says,
the
ceiling, and I was sleeping and looking at her, and okay, she's my goddess, she's everything to me. I was like that, and I always look at her, and she was playing the guitar too, and she was a shy girl.
Yes.
And I really think that I could be something like her. Yes. She'd play always with a black guitar. I wanted one. And my mother, actually, in the Christmas, she put me a guitar like her. for me.
So you're there, you're with your guitar, and you're looking at Avril Lavigne.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, one day you decide to upload covers on YouTube, right?
It was because I was in love at the time, and my girlfriend, she was my girlfriend at the time, and she listened a lot of hip hop, and I hate it.
Okay.
It's true, I got to say it because it's the truth. I did not like it at all. And she one day, she turned out to me and she said, one day you will listen this like it's your life, and you will understand it because of the lyrics, not because of the song. And when we broke out, I was so sad and I couldn't talk to her because she doesn't want it. And I done a thing that was to play the guitar, and I start singing the songs that she listened before.
Okay.
And a friend of mine listened that, and wow, how can you make such a beautiful thing of a music like that? So put it on YouTube. And I said, you are crazy. And he said, if you don't do it, I will. And I've done it. In the next week, I was singing with the best rappers in Portugal. Yes, it was like this.
It happened.
Yeah.
And how long did you did this collaboration in the hip hop?
How long?
Yeah.
How many time I've been with them?
Yeah.
Actually, I went to concerts with rappers. I was singing with them. I'll sing with Valette, Regula, Jimmy P. Actually, they participate in my first EP. Slow J now is one of the biggest ones in Portugal. And it was very nice because I've met the artists.
Yes.
Not the persons, the artist. Actually, I had to say this because when I've met the artists in the past, I realized one thing, that they are only people just like me.
They are.
We make something like he's my idol, but if you really see through him, it's just a person.
And how did you get to the next stage where you started writing your
Actually,
own songs?
when my grandmother, when I was 7, I was writing a lot of things because I always had a sense of justice, and she had that papers like this, very big, and I was writing in Portuguese, and she told me, I will keep this until you're older. So I started writing, I was 7, I guess, about things that really bore me. And I realized when I made the covers that I should do. My grandmother dies when I put my first videos on YouTube.
Wow.
She died in that month, and in that month, I actually made success.
That's a very powerful story.
It is, because it's true and it's genuine, but it's true.
So the common knowledge and wisdom is that artists are best in their creative work when they have sad moments.
Yes, I only write when I'm sad. Actually, I only play the guitar when I'm getting sad.
Okay.
When I'm getting sad, I'm playing the guitar. You know that I'm sad. And I have to say this because it's true. I have a lot of moments when I feel sad. Not things about me all the time, actually, but I feel the energy of others and it upsets me and I get sad. So I write and play the guitar. Okay. Actually, I talk a lot of times with God. I learned how to do it in a few months. And when I wasn't doing that, I was getting sick, really sick, physically sick. And actually I dream about working at home with something that comes inside of me. And what comes inside of a person is the art, because no one can do art that comes from inside. So I realized since I was little, I was 7 and I was writing. And when I started doing music, I realized that I was writing way too fast. way too fast and doing things very quickly, how that's something has been told to do. And I think in Portugal they call it canalização. Yeah. And I think I'm very touched by it, because there are things that comes to my head and I truly have to write it. Because if I don't do that, it comes in a state of me that I'm getting sick because I'm not telling people what I should. And I think that comes from a spiritual part that has to do with spiritual thing that you promised to God before you're born. And I think my arrangement with God is like, if you tell people that you are so spiritual,
yes,
they will feel your soul, and you will be whatever you want, because you are telling people through your soul that God exists. And I think that is what happens to me. Actually, I have a friend that always is filming with me, Dubio, and his mother, before I came here, told me, I know when my son is sad and nervous. Actually, I made him a massage because he was so, and it upsets me. And his mother told me, you know why he is like this? Because he's a creative person, and he is not working. He's being getting orders from a boss, and he's not making his creativity works. And that is the worst part. It's the worst part. And she told me, I know that the problem of his is that he's not working how the soul wants him to do it. That's the most important thing.
Wonderful.
You have to be connected.
You have to be connected.
To be truth.
Yes.
Yes.
So is there a separation between the lyrics and the music, or when you create something, it's mixed? It's mixed.
Yes. I know artists that do the things in separate ways. I can't do that. It's like a monument, just one. It comes like this. Actually, when I write, I'm on my guitar already, so, and then we build all around it.
It's a process. And then I guess you also work with other musicians.
Yes, I do work with two beautiful guys that I really like. They are Andre and Andre, and I call it Andre 1 and Andre 2. But it's funny because when I talk to him, they are not confused. They know which one I'm talking. And everybody, how you know she's talking to you and not to you, but they know. And I really am in a good energy with them, because when I found them in the past, maybe for 2 years, almost 2 years, my life changed about my music. And I stopped working with people that are not in the same path than me.
Well, so that would be my next point. You were mentioning earlier that we sometimes, when we see artists, we see the star, but we don't see the person behind it.
Sometimes you get disappointed.
Sometimes you get disappointed.
Or
sometimes
not.
Surprised.
Yes.
But so for you, your sense of identity, what makes up your sense? So you're half Portuguese, you're half Brazilian, you're a woman?
Yes.
What is Fábia? Who is Fábia?
Actually, my grandfather, he was a writer, and he made a statement before he dies. He was a communist, and he was in jail because of it in Portugal. But I really liked to see the knowledge that he had. He only had the quarta class, and he learned how to talk French, English, Spanish all by himself. So nothing is an excuse for you not to open to the world. And he told something about it that is, I am every man that came to me and stay with me. And it's my sense of identity, because I'm learning with you. Eu estoy guardando algo
Yes.
A todo momento. So that's identity for me.
That's identity. And how do you feel as a woman in the music industry?
For a long piece of time, and not too many, because I'm only in the industry of music for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And my first years, I felt that I was being played all the time. And that happens because in 20 men, you are the only one.
Mm-hmm.
And more 20, there's another one. And you feel like you can be yourself because they are always looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
In the kind of ways that I didn't like it too many times. But there are people that truly respect me. But I felt in a kind of way that I have to be like them to be succeeded.
Yes.
And I stopped thinking like that. When I was getting sick of getting no's because they tell you are beautiful, you sing very well, I'm gonna work with you, and they keep you for a year with that blah blah blah, and you have made nothing for you. And actually there comes a day that they tell you, oh no, I don't have the space for you, I don't have the money to dress you well, I don't have the money to invest on you, I don't have the time for you. And I heard that for a long time. And I stopped listening to that because I said no myself.
Yes.
And I start thinking, I will do this my way. And I will do this alone. And when I put that on my head, I have the perspective that I always be, when I do music, I try to be intemporal. And I think that is the most beautiful thing you can find it, because you want this so bad that you do a music, but the other one came, and after 2 years you're nobody.
Yeah.
And that's what's worry me about, because I think it's so hard to be an artist because you are always depending on the opinion of others.
Of course.
And you get depressive. It's a subject that many artists don't talk about, but they get depressive because they are always waiting for the approval.
Yes.
That kills you.
Yes, I guess we're all to some extent, but for an artist,
Yes.
it's part of.
You have to
who
live
you
with
are.
it,
Yes.
or you choose to not live with it and be yourself, and talk about whatever you want.
Well, talking about approval, I remember when you came to Luxembourg in January.
Yes.
You had just received this information that you were going to be a judge, a jury on the Portuguese Song Festival.
Yes.
And in the meantime, you've got an even better news.
Yes.
So can you tell us about that news?
Yes. 2 years ago, I said to my friends that I had a dream about the Festival da Canção in Portugal, and I said them, I will be there, and they laughed at me. And in the next year they called me, and I was a judge, a regional judge. And I was laughing because don't tell me that my dream was wrong, because I want to sing there. And actually 1 month ago I received a phone call, and they told me, I have a big thing for you, you are singing in the Festival of Song in Portugal. And I was happy. I was, because I said it, I was right. And that's the point.
So you started composing after that, the song?
No, not
already?
at all. And I want to clarify this because I was working on my album, and one day I woke up really sad again, and I play on guitar and I made a song. And on that weekend, my friends, my musicians, would come to my house to record the video clips of my Santiago that's coming. And one of the Andres, he told me, please show me what you've been doing. And I showed him a song. Actually it was the one on my guitar, and he was like, oh my god, what's this? can you send me? And in the next day they went to Lisbon and they sent me a record of the song on piano and bass only. And they told me, go and I'll record your voice and we'll do it. And when I did it, I was with my girlfriend in the car and I told her, actually, Patricia, I think this is the song of my life. And I felt it. This is the song of my life. And in the next day, a friend of mine came to my house to talk to me, and he brought me a bottle of champagne, and I asked him, why you brought this to my house in the morning? Are you crazy? And he told me to celebrate something. And in that almoço, como se diz? Almoço. Lunch. On that lunch, they called me to say that I was invited to the competition for the Eurovision.
It's amazing.
Yes, that's why I believe in God. It has to be something.
Was a firework inside?
Yes, it was. It was. I jumped for maybe 2 hours, like a child. Yeah. It's a good thing to tell.
So you're going to be played a lot in the coming months?
I think that is a thing that comes naturally if the people like it, but my purpose is that people listen to that and heal some kind of thing inside, because the lyrics are too expressive and they are in some way telling that people are worried about the freedom of others. Stop doing that, because it's not your responsibility. And I think I want people to listen to me, not to be there to see me, to see the artist. Just close your eyes and listen, and that's all.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the meaning of words, of songs, of artists that you admire.
Yes, I do.
And so if you had one wish free now,
one wish free for an artist,
I can tell you that you can have a collaboration with the artist that you pick, but you have only one.
I would pick Damien Rice.
And why?
Because he doesn't care about his shoes, his shirt. He can make a concert for 2 hours with his guitar, and there's 1 million people there and they are quiet because they are listening. And that is the most powerful thing that an artist can do. That's why.
So next time you come to Luxembourg, you'll come with Damien?
Would be maybe I will not sleep, but I wish God gives me that present.
And to finish this off, is there any advice you would like to give to a young girl, a woman that is looking to make her career in music?
The first one, not being afraid to be who she is. Actually, I don't like how we say roupas pequenas, roupa apertada. I like the large clothes.
Yes.
For many time I was thinking maybe I should go to the gym because I have to be with skinny clothes.
Yes.
I was wrong. And that makes some kind of energy inside you that blocks your way, because it's not. If you really like skinny clothes, you should wear it.
Yeah.
But if you don't, because we are always thinking, I'm not wearing large clothes like Billie Eilish because people will look at me in a way, what the fuck she's doing? And the first advice is not being afraid to be who you are. The second one is listen only the people that you know from the bottom, the end of your heart, that truly like you as a person. They cannot like your music, but they should like you as a person, because they will be honest with you. when you start singing, many people think that they have the possibility to say any kind of thing about you. It's like you're an open book and beat me. And you have to do that with people that are allowed for you to do. And third, I think anyone should think that dreams are impossible, because I truly believe in Cristiano Ronaldo and his discipline for things. And things happen when you know that you're being the best you can. And that's it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to have you back here.
Yes, with my socks.
With your socks, with whatever and whoever you are.
Wherever fits
Whatever
in my
fits.
spirit.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you very much.
See you soon.